Hey team, happy week 4. Thanks for waiting a bit on your video this morning. I did post all of the instructions for the week and really next week by noon today, but I just wanted a little more time to handle some other things before I sat down and recorded something for you. So an overview of the week goes like this. We are now in a routine for this week and next where your two primary tasks are reply to others, revise your own work. Reply to others, revise your own work. Reply to others, revise your own work. And it is exactly that number of times. Reply 1, revise 1. Reply 2, 2. 3, 3. And then we're done with this session. And so I want to talk to you a little bit about how this works. On Sunday, you should have posted your title of your composition, an image, a short summary, a link to the draft itself, and then a link to your outside sources, whether or not you have started using that document. It's not required yet, it's just encouraged. And then underneath that, a quick reminder of who you are. So a 3 to 5 version of your bio, 3 to 5 sentence version of your bio. And the idea is that we're in a new discussion board. We're starting fresh. Now we're putting forth our writing, and we need to have a clean space to do that. And these are kind of advertisements of what's out there to read. And so this week, you get the chance to, by Tuesday night, that's the deadline for your first reply, choose someone, anyone. If someone has a little less, doesn't have any replies yet, that's a good person to reply to. So grab that, read it, and write a reply in the discussion board. So, Dear Amber, I read your article about pumpernickel bread, and it made me hungry for pumpernickel bread, or something like that. But I'm being vague here because when you're in the discussion board at the top, it says, reply and revise, view the deadlines in the chart below, since there are 6 of them across this week and next. And then it has click here for instructions and samples to complete the reply and revise work outlined below. So that'll send you off to my website. And on my website it says, what should be in a reply? How come I'm being asked to reply? What do I even have to offer? What does a reply look like? Oh, look, there's a sample. And same thing with revision. Okay, I'm supposed to revise my own work, but where do I even begin? What should I consider when I revise my own work? And so again, that link out to my website gives you some guidance, and as you guys ask good questions, that helps me figure out what's missing in the instructions, and I'll try to add those things back in. So if you do feel confused or stuck or just want a little bit more support or something specific addressed, reach out and let me know. Because yeah, you guys are in a cycle now. So one thing at the bottom of the chart, it says, in addition to your revisions, keep updating your outside sources document as needed. And the idea there is that there's no exact requirement. You're all writing different kinds of works. So maybe some of you are only going to work with one source for this first session because you're just taking it easy and easing your way into this aspect of academic writing. But others of you are like, I'm already researching and I have 5 sources. This document is just there for you to get credit for wherever you're at, whether it's 1 source or 5 sources. And you'll ask yourself, I'm sure, am I doing it right? Well, the only way to know is to take that chance and review the resources and put forth your best effort, your best guess. And don't stress about it too much because it's supposed to be a collaboration that you, with some low stress, put forth what you think it's supposed to be, and then I, with some low stress, put forth some adjustments. And we have all quarter to hash that out and to fill that in with the minimum of 9 sources. So whatever you don't fill out this session, you have 2 sessions left, potentially 2 more compositions left. But let's finish this video by talking a little bit about those totals. All right. In the past, when I have taught English 101, and many of us in this department and across the state, perhaps even the nation, but I won't speak for the whole nation, have approached it this way. The idea is that you would start with just kind of medium length essays, and you'd write a few of them. That way you get practice, practice, practice. And so when I've defined the requirements for these in the past, I've said we're going to write 3 essays, and we're going to do 1,000 words each and 3 sources each. But instead of, for this quarter, giving you that really prescriptive pattern, which you're welcome, you could jot that down, be like, that's exactly what I want to do. 3 essays, 1,000 words each, 3 sources each. I just feel like you guys are not the same learners, you're not the same people, you're not writing the same kinds of compositions. And so instead, what our system is that you have 3 sessions. And you need to do at least 2 different compositions between 2 and 3. That's important to get practice on multiple pieces. But it can be between 2 and 3. And instead of saying 1,000 words each, I'm saying 3,000 words total, which means that if you write a 1,200 word piece, then a 1,500 word piece, then what you have left is 300 words. That's so strange. What are you going to do with that? But it's still an option for you to play it out how it goes. So don't think about this too much, or even the sources. You need 9 by the end, so you can use 1, 5, and 3. But again, don't think about it too much for this first session. It's more important to think about this when we get into session 2. For the first session, just make the composition feel like what you think it should be. Am I done yet? Does it feel finished? Am I proud of this piece of work? Do I want to add research to it? And kind of just check where you're at and maybe chat with me to get a second opinion or to talk it through. But again, just know that that's why the exact requirement per composition is up in the air right now, is because it's a total for the quarter. And I wanted to say something else on that note. Oh, so one of the things I've said to some of you in conferences, but I know all of you haven't conferenced yet, is that we'll get to the end of this session and a question that is coming for you is, do you want to keep working on this composition? So it's a 3-week session, but if you're like, I'm really enjoying this composition, I think I can make it longer, I think I can continue learning about composition and about myself as a writer by continuing to work with, revising and replying surrounding this piece, then you'll have the option to carry composition 1 through this 3 weeks and the next 3 weeks, and then you would just be required to do a second composition for the 3rd session later in the quarter. But if you're like, nope, I'm sick of this, I don't like how it's going, or I'm not sick of it, but I'm done, I want to do something else, then when session 2 starts, you can pull something else out of the hat, go back to those pitches that we started with and see if you want to do one of those instead as a second project. So you're going to have options, but we really do not need to foresee that right now, because we can spend our time this week just paying attention to the composition that we're dealing with. And then midweek, next week, we'll start I will start prodding you about that, saying, where do you think you're at? How are you feeling? Where's your word count? Where's your source count? Are you still engaged in this piece? So that's just some big picture overview that might help you guys out a little bit. And I'm really looking forward to finishing conferences. If you haven't signed up for one yet, it is a requirement for your guys' building your grade through the progress and comments documents in Canvas collaborations. So check out the conferences sign-up sheet and make sure you get on that. And what else do you need to know? Email me if there's an issue with that. And I'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great week.